Okay, so good morning everyone. Today we are in the week 11, and we continue uh, our metry. Today we will talking about different types of charts and graphs. Okay, because chart and graphs is very closely related with our topic. Because in order to be able to see the to analyze the data, you need to be able to see charts or graphs. Okay. So actually, in this time, in this era, in this time, we have a lot of types of charts. So maybe when you study in the junior high school or in the senior high school, or your teacher already tell you several types of chart and graphs. Okay, so this is totally different. So every chart have their own function. So for some data, you can only or easier for you to read using a certain chart. Okay. With that said, choosing the right chart or graphs is really important to clearly show your data. If you have a data and you choose a wrong chart or graph, of course your chart or your data cannot be, you cannot get information, okay? Or maybe it's incorrect. So different charts answer different type of question. Okay, so different charts answer different types of question. Here's a simple guide to commonly used chart and when to use them, along with the example from real companies or product. For example, line chart. Okay, line chart usually, of course, the name is line chart, so they have a lot of line. Okay, so line chart, it shows the changes or trend over time. So if you would like to see, yourself 3 years ago, yourself 5 years ago, yourself 10 years ago, and you will predict the trend, you need to use line chart. It is easier for you. And line chart usually best or is very suitable for tracking how something increases, decreases, or stay the same. Because you can see the graphs, right? So you can see easily whether the data is increases, decreases, or stay the same. Okay. For example, like a company like Apple, they use a line chart to show how iPhone sales have changed over last 5 years. Okay. So this is, for example, type of charts about iPhone revenue. Okay, you need to see this iPhone revenue. Okay, uh, take a look first into the picture. Can I see from the picture here which year iPhone has the highest revenue? 2018. How much the revenue? 165 what? Million, billion, thousand? Billion. So in the 2018, iPhone has the highest revenue. It's a 165 billion. Okay, Asli. So from the chart, what year iPhone has the lowest revenue? In what year? 2009. How much the revenue when 2009? 13 what? Billion. 13 billion. Because you see that in here there is a in billion. So this is in the below there is an in billion. Okay. So this is the type of chart. So you can see. So Basically, Apple revenue is getting higher. For example, compare with 2019 and then 10 years ago, 2009. Okay, how much is the difference? Anyone? So 2019 compared with the 10 years ago, how much is the difference? How much different? How much is difference? Compare with 2019 compared with 2009, how much is different? How much? Hi. How are you? You good? So you take a look into the chart. 2009 compared with 2019 compared with 2009, how much is the difference? How much is 2019? The revenue, how much? 2019, how much is the revenue? How much is the revenue? 100? 2019, how much? Okay, and then 2009, how much is the revenue? So, how much is the difference between 2 years? How much difference? How much? How much difference? 100? 142? 142 minus 100? Yeah, in billion. Okay, correct. Good. Very clever. So this is the how to see, like you can really see for the 10 year there is the gap is 129. Okay, in billion. Don't forget. Okay. Now we move to bar chart. So bar chart. In the bar chart, what is the difference? So in the bar chart, there is a comparison between categories. So if you would like to compare between categories, this is best for a bar chart, usually good or suitable for comparing sales, cost or performance between different product or groups. So you would just like to compare between two categories or a lot of categories. So this is a good chart. Okay, so if you like to compare the sales, cost, performance between 2 or 3 or 4, it's better to using chart. Okay, for example, Coca-Cola might use a bar chart to compare the sales of Coca-Cola, Fanta, Sprite across different countries. They would like to Coca-Cola, they would like to compare different products, Coca-Cola, Fanta, and Sprite across different countries. Okay. There is take a look into the chart first. There is a 3 product. Oh, there's a lot of product. Coca-Cola. Oh, there is a Coca-Cola, Coke, Diet Coke, Pepsi Cola, Diet Pepsi, Cola Selection, and Diet Cola Selection. Okay. Take a look first. Ivy, I know you're good. You see that the graph. How are you? Did you see the graph? So from the graph, which product has the highest pH? 7. Which has the highest pH? Up to pH 7, which product has the highest pH 7? Which one? Diet what? Diet Pepsi. So how much the pH of highest Pepsi? Sorry, how much is the AOH. How much the height of the NA? You see that the left in the vertical here, vertical is NaOH, right, in milliliter. How much the height of the NaOH of the diet Pepsi PH7? 5.0, around 5 point something. Okay. Now, which one that has the lowest pH7? I think it's Cola Selection or Coca-Cola. I think they are all the same. Okay, so that's fine. It's very good. No need to stress. No need to stress. I will not angry. So you can see that the bar chart usually you can compare three kind of categories. For example, the yellow, red, and green. Of course, you need to give different colors. Otherwise, you cannot see if you have the same color. You cannot differentiate. But some people, I know that one of my students, they cannot difference, they have a blind color. So they cannot difference between red and green. Yes, red and green. So don't, if you have a problem, or to avoid, don't use these two colors. So maybe using some other colors like purple or blue, something this one. Okay, now pie chart. Pie chart. Pie like a cake pie. Pie chart. Pie chart is using to show proportion or percentages of a whole. So if you would like to give some proportion or percentage, you need to use pie chart. Pie chart, pie chart suitable, showing how something is divided into parts. For example, Nike might use a pie chart to show what percentage of their sales come from shoes, clothing, and accessories. Actually, pie chart you can mostly they use for percentage. But if you don't want to use percentage, you can still use pie chart. However, if you don't use it if you have more than 4 or 5 categories. Bar chart works better. So if you have more than 4, more than 5, I think you do not need I think it's very confusing if you're using pie chart. So maximum 4 or 5 categories. So if you're 4 or 5, maybe you can use pie chart. So this is the example of pie chart. We call it pie chart. They usually have a percentage. Now take a look into this chart. Bar chart. Now, Myra, how are you?
I'm good.
Good, thank you. So in the from the pie chart here,
yes.
how many products actually that Nike have? How many products of the Nike they have in the 2020? How many products? Type of product?
They're measuring 7, but one is others.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7. So from this pie chart, which category has the highest revenue?
It's sportswear.
Sportswear. How much is it?
40.1%.
40.1%. And then which type that has the smallest percentage?
The smallest
Small
is
proportion.
football. Football with 5.1.
Food.
No, wait, it's not basketball. No, it's basketball.
Basketball, right? It's a basketball. How much? The proportion?
4.9.
1.9%. When you have a pie chart, make sure that you need to recalculate if you do it not using software. If you do it you need to recheck at least. You need to recheck whether they need to be 100%. If you do it like not using, I still remember when I was in the either elementary school or junior high school, we haven't had like a very fancy computer. We still need to use like how do you say? It's kind of like a I don't know how do you say it. I think it's what is it? This one. I don't know how to use it in English. I don't know. So you're using this one. So when I was kid, when I need to write a diagram, I need to use this thing. I don't think they know you have these things, right? So need to use all this kind of, and then you need to write the percentage or the paper of the diagram. So make sure that it's 100% because it's like a whole. Okay. Now, there is also a 3D pie chart, so it's more fancy. So it's like I think I can show you. I think it's a 3D pie chart. This one. So this is kind of like another type of pie chart, but have a 3D. So sometimes they have like a different height. So this one, in this case, I think this is more easier for you to more fancier. It is fancier, and then of course they are pretty much clear. So they have a different height, different height for every category. So okay, so this is nowadays we have a 3D pie chart. Okay. Now this is scatter plot. Maybe you haven't heard this one. But scatter plot, when you do some research or some report, usually related with the medicals or more population density, they mostly use scatter plot. Scatter plot. Okay. So what is scatter plot? Scatter just show relationship between two things, usually only two things. Okay. They just want to compare two things, and this is best for finding trends, cluster, or outlier. If you think that there is an outlier or cluster here, so this is good to see the outliers. Okay? Outlier is some data that have a very high or very bad data. For example, Toyota might use a scatter plot to show the relationship between car price and customer satisfaction. They can see if more expensive car lead to happier customer. Okay, so this is scatter plot. Scatter plot. This is the example of scatter plot. You see, there is a kind of like a usually the normal one, they are in the diagonal line. But you see there is another data is too far from the others. They are not like in the same population, not in the same density. There is several dots. They have the different. It's a far. It means that there is outliers. We call it outliers. The data is kind of like a weird or maybe something happened. Outliers. Okay? We call it outliers. Okay. You can see this is scatter plot. They would like to compare between age and price. Okay? Age and price. Okay. Age of the car. So from this diagram, if the car is 80 months is how many years? 80 months. How much is the price of the car? If the age 80 months, if the age of the car is 80 months, how much the average of the price in euros? How much? If you can see here in the type of chart, if the age is 80 months, how much is the average of the average price of the car? Lydia, how are you? You here? Okay. Take a look into the chart. Okay. What is the name of this chart? Right, scatter plot. Okay. Scatter plot usually would like to compare two things. Okay. What kind of things they compare in this chart? Right side. Okay. Now my question: if the age of the car is 80 months, how much is the average of the rate of the price? If the age of the car is 80 months, how much is the price of the average price of the car? Until 10,000. Very clear. Okay, it's okay. Now, you, Thomas, what's the name of this chart? What is the name of this chart? What is the name of this chart? The name. Scatter plot. Okay. Scatter plot usually they would like to compare two things. What things they compare? Price and age. Now, if you have money around 10,000 until 15,000 euros, you should what age of the car you can buy. If you have 15,000 until 20,000 euros, what kind of age of the car you can buy? That is 10. Also 10 if you buy, you can see here. 10 also you can buy from zero no. Okay, so from 10 until around 30, 20 or 30 months or 23 months. So if you only have money to 15,000 or 20,000, you can only buy a car with the age of from maybe 10 months until 30 months. So you cannot buy. You still have the newer. You still have the newer the newer car. Okay. So this is scatter plot. So you can see here, if you have a $30,000 dollar, what age of car you can have? If you have $30,000 euros, sorry, what age of car you can buy? What age of car you can buy?
5.
Huh?
5 years. I know 5 months.
Yes, correct. 5 or at least you have the newest car, right? You have the pretty much newest car, around 0 until 10, maybe the 5 years. So if you have a if you have more money, so you can have newer car. Okay, from this scatter plot, because you can see there is a dot here, and it's like a very specific here, the outlier, and then you can drag down only 5 something. Good. Now it's 9:30. Let's have first our attendance check first. So please scan the QR code for the first hour attendance. Okay. Okay, so make sure that you scan successfully. Okay, make sure that you scan successfully. And also don't forget to check in your regularly the Tron class at school system. So in the future you don't have to complain to me why my attendance is bad because you're the one that scanned the QR code. Okay, all good? All scan the QR code. Now we move forward to the okay. Another chart is they call it GNTT. But I don't know how to say Gen card. But actually they have I know some people they say GANTT chart. I don't know how to say. But this is from the name of the founder. So in the Gen card, usually this chart they will show project timelines and task schedule. So this is usually GANTT chart. They would like to show you the project timeline and task schedule. So how much the project schedule going on? Is it in the near the deadline, over the deadline, or still in the progress? So this chart is very suitable for managing project progress. So this chart is very useful for managing project progress. For example, Tesla might use a GANTT chart or Gen car chart to track production schedules for a new car models, showing when different tasks like design, testing, manufacturing start and finish. Okay. Take a look into this chart. So call it GNTT chart. Okay, so this is they would like to show you the how long the progress of the sub project. For example, there is a sub project right in the lab. There is a business case, design completion, prototype, legal document completion. So they have the name of the project. So this is the level is the name of the project. Please take a look first. Okay. Now. Rex, how are you? Good. Take a look into this chart. Okay. In the lab, there is a project named Planning, number 1.2. Planning. My question is, how much this project need to be done? How long? This project, the duration of this project need to be done. Now, Kylie, hi, how are you? From this chart, what kind of activity, what kind of project that has the longest duration? Okay, model by design. How long? Model by design is the main project, right? Term what? 12 weeks, very good. Now, going to Ariel. Okay. How many projects? Please give me example the project that have or the name of the activity that has the shortest duration. give me some example, the name of the project and the shortest duration. And wrong. Has the shortest duration. What? Okay, create project charter. How long the duration? Okay. Another name of the project has the shortest duration. Another example of the name of the project that has the shortest duration. Okay, how long the duration? Okay, good, correct. Actually, guys, you can see here from here duration. That's already say that's a duration. You don't have to calculate. That's why I asked you to please see the chart closely. You see here there is a duration here. Okay, so you can directly see which one is the longest. It's model Y design. Model design is the main project, right? And then they have a sub project. For example, this one, design blueprint A is 7 weeks, so they have the pretty longer duration. And then you give them this one. This one is not a day, this is week, because they say that GNTT chart is column represent 1 week. So this is kind of like a sample of GNTT chart. So they usually would like to show the progress of the activity. Okay, this is the example of Tesla. Okay, now there is another chart. The name is PERT chart or network diagram. I think in the first year, when you took the management class, I already told you how to create PERT diagram. If I'm not mistaken, the one that have like a lot of branches in the management class, your first year. So PERT chart or network diagram, it shows task dependencies and project planning for complex projects. So this is usually show how to explain the task dependencies and project planning for complex project. And PERT chart is very good or very suitable for understanding which tasks depend on others. For example, NASA could use a PERT chart to plan rocket launches, showing how different activities like engine testing and fuel preparation depend on each other. Okay. Now, this is actually the one that I told you to create when you will take the management class. Okay. Management 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's one. That's one. This chart is not really good because you cannot see the critical path. Usually, you can choose between which one is the shortest or the most effective one by the critical path. You remember the critical path in the management class. You need to calculate the numbers. Okay. So this is, we call it PERT chart. Tree map, there's another tree map from the word of tree. So this is also another chart. So tree map, it shows hierarchy data in nested rectangles with size and color representing values. The tree map is very suitable, showing proportion within categories, just like a board or using pie diagram. But pie diagram is using pie, but this is using tree map. Okay. For example, Samsung could use a tree map to display revenue by product line. mobile phones, TVs, home appliances, with larger rectangles for bigger revenue item. Okay. Now, please take a look into this tree map. It doesn't look like a tree, but just this is tree map. They have a lot of category. Okay. Okay, now my question is, Jim, take a look into the graph, to the chart. What is the name of the chart?
Visualize charts and graphs.
Wrong. You read first. What's the name of this chart? What is the name of this chart? What is it? Tree maps. The name of this chart is tree map. Okay. From this chart, there is a three big category. Okay. So please mention what they are. What kind of the big category? Three big category from the this business. Okay, there's a three category which is beverages, baked goods, and merchandise. Okay, now from these three category, which one they have the biggest or the highest revenue? Beverage, how much their revenue? 3,500 dollars. Okay. Now the next question: which product has the lowest revenue? Okay, merchandise, because it has the smaller portion. Now my question: from the merchandise, they have a sub product. They have another divided into smaller product. What is the name of the product? Actually, there is a four product revenue. There is a beverage, baked good, merchandise, and snack. Okay. Now for the merchandise, there is a two sub product. What are they? Mug and T-shirt. Which one has the highest revenue for merchandise? Give the highest revenue. Max, how much is it? Okay, so this is we call it tree map. So you can see there is a product revenue for each category, which is beverage, baked good, snack, and merchandise. Of course, you need to give a different colors. If you do not give a different colors, it's very difficult for you to see. Okay? They say that see the big picture in a small rectangle. So this is you need to bring the big picture first, and then go into detail to the smaller rectangles. Okay. Now there is a modern and interactive chart. So today, chart often combine animation and interaction for better understanding. So because we have a lot of software, right? Like we use Tableau. Last week we used Tableau. Before the midterm we learned about Nine and also Power BI. They also have animation and interaction for better understanding. For example, the website gapminder.org uses animated bubble chart to show how countries have changed over time in terms of income, life expectancy, and population size. You can watch how countries develop year by year. So now they have animated bubble. Okay, take a look to this one. Okay, you can see here there is when you take a look into this one, they have animation, kind of like animation, the one, okay. You can see here. From this chart, who most likely have the longest life expectancy? What country has the longest life expectancy? The longest life. Not easy to die. Not die younger. Who? Come on. country that has the life expectancy. Okay, they pretty much have a longer age to live. Hmm? Can you go? Okay, it's not Japan. They have the biggest bubble. Biggest bubble is actually China, right? Is it China? How much is it? So they averagely Chinese people can live from the average they can live until 68 until almost 90 years old. Okay, so I think this is the pretty much the longest life expectancy. Second one I think this is the Europe in Japan. There's also Japan is also good. 85 until 90. Japan is the higher expectancy. Let's take a look. Do they have Taiwan? Taiwan, T. Sorry, there's no Taiwan. Let's see Japan. Japan is pretty much the high 85.3 the life expectancy of course if you take care of yourself and then you don't have any accident, okay? How about Mexico? How much is the life expectancy?
It's alright, I guess.
This is
Could be worse, could be better.
I know that the Mexican do you eat more vegetables?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So it's hopefully you can live longer. I know the Japanese they pretty much have not much processing food like a sushi or whatever it is. This is more like a raw. That's why maybe they have the longest. Let's see though. Indonesian. I don't think that Indonesian have the. We don't like so much.
You were very
So,
You're very
hopefully,
close.
hopefully I can still live longer. And I think that the let's see.
Yeah.
Central African Republic. I think this is because of hunger. Maybe. No, they have the lowest expectancy. Okay, how? Anyhow, so take a break for 10 minutes.